Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good evening to you all out there, wherever you are around the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, the year is about to run out. And very soon, it's going to be World Cup preparations for most countries. Like my country, Ghana, we are going. And I'm still thinking whether I should put in my application or not, because I would have loved to be in the US. Oh yes. Whilst talking about that, before I go to Chelsea news, ladies and gentlemen, one player that Ghana expect to take to the World Cup, or that should be playing for Ghana in the World Cup 2026, is under the tutelage of Frank Lampard, Coventry, and the guy sustained an injury. I think this is yesterday, or I'm not too sure. Hamstring. And Frank Lampard issued a statement. I want to read it for you guys. If you're a Ghanaian fan, I think you will be interested in knowing this. Frank Lampard on Brandon Thomas Asante. Yes, injury. This is what Frank Lampard said. It's a hamstring. This is where I feared most. Hamstring could take 6 months, could take a whole season, 9 months, 10 months. And this guy is expected to be playing for Ghana at the World Cup. It's a hamstring. But listen, he said he didn't feel like it was a major tear. The player said, he told Frank Lampard, he didn't feel like it was a major tear, but it tightened up on him. You know, hamstring, most players, once they feel it, once it's tightened up, they'll try to withdraw. They don't want to continue. Because once it tears, that's where it becomes a problem. So the player says it tightened up on him. So it was a good thing he came off, according to Frank Lampard. So Ghana fans, hopefully in 3 months, it should be okay. He said, obviously, it's a concern for us, which is the club. And we will have to see how he is. It's just not a concern for Frank Lampard. It's a concern for Ghanaian national team also and our coaches. Brandon Thomas Asante. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Ghanaian fan, you have to keep him in your prayers so that it not be a serious hamstring that will take him or sideline him to miss the World Cup. Now, can we get to Chelsea? Yes. Oh, that's the guy on the screen there. All right, let's get to Chelsea. I promised you I was going to go into the young squad, the young players that Chelsea are still signing in my first video. And I'll be going to that quickly. But for now, my Mykhailo Mudryk issue is up again. And I want to make it very clear to you. Chelsea has confidence in the player Mykhailo Mudryk. And Mykhailo Mudryk still wants to play for Chelsea. It is believed that the processes that will lead to his comeback, yes, it's underway. And the player is likely to return sooner than later. We understand Mykhailo Mudryk passed a voluntary lie detector test some months back. Lie detector test. To prove he had never knowingly taken a banned substance. You know, that's a machine to detect if you are lying or not. I need to buy one in this my family, for my family. I want to buy that machine for my family. Yeah, I need it. Because these kids these days, So
get back to the point.
Ladies and gentlemen, now before we go to Chelsea, Jamie Carragher, where are you? Jamie, where are you? Where is Liverpool right now? You are not talking. In one summer window, you spend close to 600 million pounds. But we are not talking. Where is Liverpool? Jamie Carragher believes Liverpool are seeing a glimpse of their future without Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Alisson. Is that all you have to say about your club? If it's Chelsea, you would have had more to say. But because it's Liverpool, you have nothing to say. Only this. You are a boss. If it's Chelsea, you'd have been saying all those trash. But because in Liverpool, said they are seeing a glimpse of their future without Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Alisson. That is all you have to say. I don't blame you. Once it's Liverpool, it's your club. Right? He says Alisson's injured a lot now. So he doesn't play so much. But you are watching Van Dijk now. Not the same player. And Mo Salah looks like his legs have gone. This is all you have to say. But Carragher. Okay. You see, you are just opening your own yansh and we are seeing it. But then, I want to move away from Carragher. People are watching. You see, after Barcelona game, you have to start thinking, this Chelsea club that has been rubbish and condemned, after Barcelona game, you have to start thinking about this club. And you have to realize that this club is heading to the right direction. Initially, some of us, we have our doubt as well. Now, this coming game against Arsenal, Maresca must start Estavao against Arsenal. Not because of the hype, but because of the structure of the team. Estavao breaks traps. Estavao, he breaks down traps of opponents. He drags double teams out of shape. Are you getting me? He drags double teams out of shape and he forces the likes and the elite opponents to defend backwards. I took my time and I watched this guy, Estavao. I'm saying it because this is leading me to the other younger place we are going to be talking about soon. When a teenager makes a Champions League defense retreat, a teenager like Estavao, 18 years, making a Champions League team, club, elite club like Barcelona, to defenders, to retreat and start defending backwards, you don't bench such a player against Arsenal. You don't. So, Estavao, I will expect him to start a game against Arsenal. Now, having said that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to my main issue for this evening. Like I said in my first video for the day, a couple of weeks ago, Chelsea agreed a deal to sign Dena Odones, a young Ecuadorian centre-back who will join us, Chelsea, yes, in 2028. Chelsea have signings that are coming in 2026 and 2027. That's why Chelsea have so many working in their recruitment department. We've got a lot of criticisms for that. But with the kind of players we have coming in 2026, 2027, 2028, including this new one, ladies and gentlemen, you see, these are the players that we are sure they are joining Chelsea next season. Let me just show them to you quickly. Quenda, Chelsea wonder kids in the Champions League this week. Estavao name is also there, who scored a goal. Quenda is also a Chelsea player, and he also scored a goal in an away game. Satpav, you heard about that name also? He's also another Chelsea player, and he's also coming next season. Both Satpav and Quenda, they are joining Chelsea next season, 2026. And these are all 18-year-olds. They are all 18-year-olds. They are all 18 years old. Now, as you can see them there, do you think if these guys can continue, they all scored goals, all these 18 years, they scored goals for their current clubs, Estavao, Quenda, and Yapat. They all scored goals in this Champions League. Chelsea are targeting 6 to 7 Estavaos. No, you don't get me. Chelsea are targeting qualities qualities like 6 to 7 Estavaos and Cole Palmer in this squad. You're not getting it clearly. Chelsea are targeting 6 to 7 Estavaos and Cole Palmers in this squad. Club is building for the next 5 to 10 years. And top 4, right now as we speak, is the target for the season. The target is not to win the league. The target is not win the Champions League. Winning it, our eyes are on it. We can win it. But the target for the club is to be in the top 4 and to go far in the Champions League this season. Enzo Maresca is regarded by the club as masterful. Yes, in the way he has rotated this season. With 102 changes made so far. 102 changes made so far by Enzo Maresca this season alone. Rotating the players, the squad. 102 changes made this season so far in the rotational play. These are the men that are running the club. The sporting directors along with Todd Bowley and you see them there. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think Chelsea in the next 5 to 10 years will not dominate? Dastan Satpao become the first player ever from Kazakhstan to score in a Champions League game. And he's a Chelsea player. He's already signed in at Chelsea for the future move. Next gen to join. Listen, all this talent that you can see him right there. Now, I'm about to run up. It's late in the evening. As you see there on your screen, in the Champions League, Chelsea have dropped to 7th from our 5th position. After the games last night, we've dropped to 7th on the league table, on the Champions League table. But we are still in the automatic qualification position with 3 games left to play. Our next games up in the Champions League is Atalanta. That's next. Atalanta. Then we face Paphos. Then we now move to Napoli. Atalanta, Paphos, Napoli. Very trickish one. But I think at least 6 points and a draw here will do. 6 points out of 9 will even give us that automatic qualification spot to the next level. That means that we'll continue to be in the 8th position. I mean 6, 7, 8 position. But if we're able to get all the 9 points, we will surely be between the 1st and 4th. Ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see the league table right there, Arsenal are still topping the Champions League table after humiliating Bayern Munich. PSG are 2nd, Bayern Munich are 3rd. Though they lost to Arsenal, they are 3rd. They are 3rd with plus goals. Yeah. Inter, both PSG, Bayern, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, they are all 12 points each. But the difference in their ranking is the goal difference is concede and for. You understand it? As you can see right there. So, Arsenal first, PSG. Arsenal is the only team that have 15 points. Unbeaten so far. PSG 12, Bayern Munich 12, Inter Milan 12, Real Madrid 12, Dortmund 10, Chelsea 10, Sporting CP 10, Man City 10, Atalanta 10. These are all 10 points. But Chelsea is above these ones because of number of goals scored. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm running up. Liverpool, what happened to Liverpool? Why did Liverpool collapse this way? It's pathetic. Anfield, you never walk alone, but now you're walking alone. Liverpool beating 4-1 at home by PSV, not PSG. A Dutch PSV, not PSG. They missed the chance to move back into the UEFA Champions League top 8. They are now below the top 8. Liverpool, not clinical in their own home. 10 goals conceded in their last 3 games. 7 of which have come at Anfield in the past 5 days. 7 at the Anfield in the past 5 days. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news we have is that there's an emergency meeting that is to take place tonight or later today to decide the fate of Ancelotti. Yeah. That's the breaking news. He's going to be sacked. He himself has said that they've not spoken to him yet. So he's waiting to hear. Well, now we are facing Arsenal next on Sunday. Declan Rice. Are we ready to face Declan Rice? Chelsea, are we ready to face Declan Rice? I think so. But look, we will talk more. The game is on Sunday. We have more time to talk about it. So I'll be back. I'll see you all in the next one where you see me. Shalom and peace.